welcome back to Grand Hours podcast series by Luxo Media Việt Nam. Today, I'm very happy to be in the Austin home interior with Mrs. Robin King Austin. It's good to have you in our podcast series.
Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you. So, let's talk about the leadership portrait and the brand vision from the Austin home interior. So what were the turning point and decisive moment that led you and Mr. Randolph Austin to establish the Austin home interiors?
When we moved here in 2004, we realized that while Randy and many others were working here in Vietnam making fine furniture, there were no stores in Vietnam that actually sold fine furniture. Most of what you saw in the stores were the dark brown, typical Vietnamese furniture. That's their history. And so we started looking around and discovered that all of our friends in the business had extras and samples that we could access. And we found factories that would make upholstery for us and decided to go for it. And looked for a house that would work as a showroom and found one right on Tao Dien and opened. And it was really interesting. One of the reasons we did it was that one of the relocation companies came to us and said, "We need furniture. Why don't you all open a store?" But they also said, "We also need rental furniture because a lot of people are moving here and they don't want to bring their furniture with them." So we did both in the beginning. We had furniture for sale, but also furniture to rent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. So could you share about the design philosophy that Austin Home Interior pursues and grasp what created a unique identity of the brand?
I think what made us different was that everybody's house and everybody's, any store that was here only showed cream-colored sofas and chairs. Yeah. I mean, I was really shocked because it's so easily dirty, but everybody thought cream was the thing to do. So we were kind of shocking because we immediately had a showroom full of color. And that's my favorite thing is color and texture and mixing things together. And that was different for everybody. We also were different because we offered design services. There were designers here offering design services, but they were really expensive. Yeah. And we had it for free. Our designers would help you for free to design your home. We really kind of were very different, and people like that a lot.
Oh, awesome. So you like the color, right?
Oh, yes. I'm a color person.
That reflect on your outfit today. Very beautiful and colorful.
I'm always dressed in color.
I
rarely wear black.
I like it very much. Yeah. So next one, looking back, what is a key milestone that shaped the brand into what it is today?
I think the biggest milestone it happened pretty soon after we opened was the ability to customize. All other stores in the region required people to order and wait 5 or 6 months for something to come from Europe. We were able to make things here in Vietnam because we had so many friends in the industry, and we knew that the ability to make high-end fine furniture was here, and we could make it very well here. So the ability to customize and make things that the people actually wanted in their fabric, in their style that they chose, was something that was very new. And it's been about 40% of our business all the years that we've been open.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. So your location is in Tao Dien. So is it most of your customer is a foreigner? How many percent, the portion? Yeah, tell me the portion.
In the beginning?
Yeah.
In the beginning, most of the customers were foreigners. Very beginning, but it didn't take very long for the Vietnamese to discover us. But now, I would say 99% of our customers are Vietnamese.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
That's good to know because like the mansion is very beautiful. You know, like it's like the Western style. So I you know, like my observation, I think that's a foreigner is a main customer for yourself.
Yeah.
But 99% Vietnamese.
No,
It's amazing.
the Vietnamese have gotten used to the idea of comfort.
That's good. That's very good. Mrs. Austin, so among the recent collections, is there a particular design that you are especially proud of that reflect the Vietnamese market unique identity?
I like all of our recent collections. They're gorgeous, but a wood collection called the Sonoma collection is special to me because I really love burl wood. Do you know what burl is? When you look up in a big tall tree and you see this big lump on the tree,
Yeah.
that's a burl.
Oh, okay.
And you take that big lump off the tree and you shave it into veneer. You come up with this gorgeous, gorgeous wood. So we made the Sonoma connection with a burl veneer and a beautiful light brown finish. And you'll have to show the people what it looks like because it's really quite gorgeous. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But I like all of our collections.
Of course. You're the one who designed that. But, yeah. So, reflecting on Austin Home journeys in Vietnam, which is almost 20 years, so what advice would you give to the brand looking to be succeed in this highly competitive market?
I think one of our advantages is that we knew that most high-end furniture in the world is made in Vietnam now by the factories here. And so we could do a lot right here. And I think companies who are coming into the market would do well to make here and take advantage of the great quality that Vietnamese people can provide and the beauty of the materials that are available here. Use that and make things locally.
Awesome.
Gives you a good advantage. You don't have to import. You don't have to wait 6 months.
Yep.
And
beautiful.
Great quality is available.
Thank you much. All right, so now we move on the market positioning and growth strategies of Austin Home Interiors. So how does Austin Home self-positions in Vietnam high-end interior market? And what are the brand core competitive advantage and charm?
I think everybody who comes here knows that everything we make and sell is extremely high quality. I think that is a very big core competitive advantage. The second is they really love customization. They love the fact that they can go through our book of chairs and pick one, or like this one, they can bring us a picture and say, I really like this. And we can design something for them with their idea. And then make it with the fabric that they want, the textures that they want, the feeling that they want, the comfort level. We even change the cushion sometimes. We have 3 different levels of softness, hard, medium, and really soft and squishy. And people choose which one they want. I think they know that comfort is available here, and the choices are available. And I think finally, the fabric choices. We have thousands of different fabrics that they can choose from, literally thousands. And every type of fabric. So a lot of the older people choose velvets. The younger people tend to choose more tweedy looking things. Right. So it's really interesting depending on the person. Everybody's different and they want what they want.
From your sharing, I think like the level of customizations in your designs philosophies is very, very good for people. They have a lot of choice, various choice, right? Up to their requirement.
And they don't have to wait 6 months to get it from Europe.
That's
because we're making it in very fine factories here to very high quality. And we can get things in like 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
We're done.
Impressive.
And they can get it in their house.
Yeah, impressive. I don't know about other people, but like myself, if I want to buy anything, I buy it right away, you know. Like if I have to wait 6 months, forget about that. Right?
Well, we do have a lot in the showroom that you can buy. That's another thing that's different from us. You don't everything doesn't have to be ordered. We do sell, we
Mhm.
do have items that can be purchased right any day and be delivered the same day.
Excellent, excellent. All right, next one. So, how do Vietnamese customers approach the luxury interiors in comparison to other countries or markets?
I think they approach it in exactly the same way other people do. Vietnamese are not different.
Yeah.
They want what they like.
Mhm.
And they want something that appeals to them and their idea of what comfort and beauty is. And again, customization, it makes it work for us. I think absolutely everybody enjoys the fact that they can change the fabric, do different things, and get exactly the texture and the comfort level and the beautiful colors that they particularly want in their home.
All right. In the market where consumer behavior is still highly affected by the price, like Vietnam, so how does the brand persuade customers to invest in truly luxurious living space?
We emphasize quality. There's no question that what we make is incredibly high quality. My husband had a whole career in making the top, best furniture in the world. And he was president of Theodore Alexander when we were here, and making some absolutely incredible stuff. So he taught the factories actually how to improve their ability to do beautiful finishes and details and structure and so forth that have made now almost all of the makers who make high-end furniture around the world come to Vietnam and make here in the factories here, as opposed to other countries, because the Vietnamese people are so good at details. So I think that was a very important thing.
Yeah, I think Vietnamese labor is very smart and like hardworking, and they pay attention to detail.
And they always want to do it right.
Yep.
One of the things that impressed both of us working here as opposed to working in America is the Vietnamese people loved making things beautiful and loved doing it right and getting it perfect. America's not like that. It's wonderful to work here.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. The younger generation in Vietnam is becoming an influential customer segment. So how do their tastes differ from Austin Home traditional buyers? And how does the brand balance the aesthetic, functionality, and personalization in each design?
Certainly the majority of our buyers are older, but it's really fun when a young couple comes in. And with the older buyers, it's usually just the woman. Yeah. But when it's with the younger ones, it's always a couple. And they make decisions together. And it's always fun to watch the young couples make their decisions. They tend to lean a little bit more modern in their picking of the designs that we have. We have so many, maybe 40 sofa styles. And they generally pick a more modern style. Chairs the same. And they tend to, whereas the older people tend to pick velvets, the younger ones might pick texture. Yep. I think they tend to a little bit lighter, more subtle, neutral colors than the older ones. The older ones are now brave enough to do the bold colors. But it's fun. It's really fun working with young couples who come in and want to do their house. Good experience.
Cool. So how has the rise of luxury real estate, particularly high-end villas and penthouse, impact the demand of premium interiors in Vietnam?
Oh my. I can't tell you how many times we've had people come in and just want to come buy everything for their new place. Yeah. They come in and say, I've bought a penthouse, I've bought a villa, or whatever. Or one day a new consul general from the Middle East came in with his whole family, and they had this huge house on on this street, actually.
Right.
And they bought 5 beds, 2 dining room sets, 3 living rooms
Wow.
in one day.
Mhm.
And we delivered it the same day, right out of the showroom. And then a couple of weeks later, they came back and bought more to fill in. So it's really fun. But we often have people who want to just fill up the whole house with everything we have. And that's the beauty of our having things we can sell right now.
So in next part, we're gonna talk about the definition of the house of lux and the futures of the industry with your personal insights. So in your opinion, a living space or the house require what element to be called house of lux? Exterior, interior aesthetic, detail, ambience, design formulas. What is the most emotional and sensory experience of house of lux that needs to provide to the resident and guests?
I think it's important that all of the elements of the house work together and don't fight each other.
Yeah.
Colors, different textures, finishes on the furniture, lighting in special ways, floor coverings, drapery. It all needs to work as a big creation. You know, you make this beautiful puzzle and you put it together. And that's what our designers do. It's really amazing to see the color combinations and how pretty. And we work with the customers, of course, to figure out how they want us to start, what colors really appeal to them, and then we give them lots of options. But yeah, it's many layers.
Right.
And it all has to come together to be
It has
perfect.
to be the harmony between those elements. Right?
Exactly. It's very fun to do.
Right.
Very fun to do.
So talking about the interiors in Asia, in general, people really care about feng shui. So what do you think about feng shui?
Oh, I don't understand it completely, but many times we have had customers who brought in a feng shui specialist.
Right.
Who would change the design.
Mm-hmm.
We had one on the street right here, not far down the street, that has a beautiful, beautiful home. Yeah. And she brought in feng shui, and she ended up changing actually the design of the house and moving a bathroom or something. I don't remember what, but and we did some changes in the way that we structured the layout as well.
So like you comply with the specialist.
Exactly. Yeah. If that's a big issue for someone, we need to respect it. Absolutely.
Right. You know, Asian a little bit superstitious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you believe that sustainability and luxury can truly go hands in hand in the residential designs? And how can the eco-conscious material enhance without compromise the essence of luxury?
Eco-consciousness is something that's important to us. And almost everything we make is made, the interior of all this furniture that you see is made with acacia that's grown on farms. We don't use acacia that's grown in the forest. So it's made, and so that makes it sustainable. And of course, we also offer some issues with fabrics, for instance, with stain guard fabric and long-lasting fabric that we recommend to some of our customers to help them have a long-lasting situation with everything. But I think it's a good marriage, and the industry, the furniture industry, is much more conscious of being eco conscious than they were 20 years ago. Right. Now it's very important.
Yeah, everyone now talking about sustainability, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important to apply it to the business. And how does the concept of silent luxury, or we sometimes call it quiet luxury, right, redefine the modern luxury home compared to traditional opulence?
I'm not a fan of minimalism. I'm more on the opulent side and the color and so forth. But there are people that really like the very quiet, luxury, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my particular style.
Yeah.
But something that some people require, and we occasionally work with them on creating something quiet.
Right. But that's not your style. That's
No,
not what you like. You
no,
want something
no,
opulent. Yeah.
I like wild and crazy bold.
It's awesome. This is the end of the podcast series, The Grand Hour Vietnam. And thank you, Mrs. Austin, for your beautiful and interesting sharing today.
Thank you.